we're just gonna be chopping it up, just doing like we do. And
So you already have it recording?
well, I mean, now that you spoiled the surprise, welcome
Oh,
everyone
okay.
to the Misunderstood podcast. It is Justin and Cy. We are reporting live, and just we've been chopping it up, and we figured enough is enough. Let's go ahead and hit the record button so everybody else can experience, us as we go through the process of discovering some of the world's greatest secrets as we kind of self proclaim that we're doing. We're just kind of going over
What's
things. We're just right, Justin. How you doing, buddy? What's up, man?
going on, man?
Hey,
That's what we're doing.
Justin
Yep.
Webb, everybody. My guy, Army veteran.
What's up, Mr. Cy Hansen?
Hey man, we're hanging out and we're kind of excited for this topic tonight. We've been like a crock pot. Like when you got a crock pot and you put like some potatoes in there, maybe a roast and some onions and some broth or whatever seasoning. We've been stewing up some brews around here about what we want to talk about and what we've been discussing. You and I, we have the privilege of working together, so you know, honestly, brother, like we work 12-hour days and we work them together.
Ugh.
And there's nobody I'd rather like we make the best out of them, you and I together. And
Man, those 12-hour days.
you're
Ugh.
you're yawning
I'm getting tired just thinking about it, dude. Walking
for
around.
real. And I don't mean to bring up work, but like I'm just saying, like
Ah,
just so everybody
how
knows, like
depressing.
our stop it, our background and like. But what I'm saying is like we make the best of them, like by like this is why we started the podcast together. It's because
Do you think that we age faster as we're at work, like losing brain cells working 12 hours a day, or what's your thought on that?
well, here's the thing. Yes, probably. Yes,
Yeah,
absolutely. But you and I, but we have in our downtime, we are always constantly talking about like all kinds of.
we do. We have to because we work in a one-dimensional manufacturing facility trying to
It's
survive.
yeah, it's dim and dull and like yes, but my point is, you and I, we work together fucking 12 hours a day, and buddy, there's nobody I'd we have a good time. We make the best of it, and we talk about this, that, and everything.
It's kind of funny how since day one, like, because like I ran that area and then you ran that area, and then we kind of just like merged. And we're like, all right, and it just went with it was like fluid, you know.
Yeah,
It was we just worked together.
right. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's cool because yes, we all know what it's like to have to work with somebody who's difficult to work with, and we've all have to. And like yes, you and I, it's just it's married. If not, if lack of a better term, married very well. Our but we've turned it into a podcast now, and we have been discussing so much stuff. You and I talk about everything from life to just everything. And a big part of this podcast is mental health, and you know, we are big mental health advocates, addiction advocates, people who are going through things. We are a big advocate for all of that, like because as Justin could attest, we've been through some stuff. Justin's a veteran. He's been to a place that we are going to cover, Iraq, and we all have family members and loved ones that are going through stuff, and it starts sometimes at the mental level, but so it's always good to have a good friend. And I look at you like that, Justin, like a good friend that we can just talk to and like, hey, this is what's going on. Reach out, tell your friends what's going on. If you're having troubles and struggles, and reach out to somebody. And if anything, if you're a listener, you can reach out to this YouTube channel and tell us how you're doing. Tell us how you're feeling, and we'll try our best to reach out and help. But we are going to take. Lately, we've been doing a trip around the world as far as megalithic structures. And on today's podcast, I'd like to go to somewhere that I've never been, but Sir Justin Teen has been, which is the country of Iraq.
Good old Iraq.
What do you
Yeah, we're gonna cover some structures there.
what do you remember about Iraq, Justin?
Um, well, in Iraq, it just seems like, I stayed on the base a lot. I worked in electronics and stuff. I was gonna do convoy escort teams, but there was a guy from maintenance that wanted to do that who didn't want to stay or something, and then I got transferred over to work with electronics. And I know that like the mosquitoes, if I remember correctly, there were some. You have to like slap them twice, and the dogs are like twice as big, and or I mean, the size of the dog is like everything's just tougher over there. You know, I mean, the kids were like running around with no shoes. Like it was just everything's more hardened because of those conditions over all the years. It's just it builds up. I mean, you are what kind of your environment is. If it's more rugged and resilient, it builds you to be a kind of this tougher base of what I mean, with the
Mm.
animals, the people, great nice people. I was down in Nasiriyah, so Talil Air Force Base, which is 200 miles south of Baghdad, I guess about,
So you think
and that is near the ziggurat.
okay.
Yeah.
It isn't even we'll get to that in a second. So you think the people were tougher because it was a war torn country or because of the
No,
landscape of the country?
I just think it's a. I just think that they were like, I don't know. I mean, I would imagine a more rugged, stern environment. The people and the creatures of that environment would have a built-up resiliency to like the elements, right? You know what I mean? If that makes sense.
Because of just years of war torn. I
Well,
guess
I mean, more. I'm guessing more like the weather, the heat, the dryness, the sandstorms.
yeah.
That and sure, everything can come into play. Yeah,
Okay.
with what you're saying. Yeah.
So basically you're saying Iraq was not like a real nice place. Not a whole lot of fun. Not you're not gonna book your next spring break vacation to sunny Iraq, is what you're
And people used to. I mean, there used to be people that would go on.
well, and that's what we're gonna kind of get into
Yeah,
here a little bit.
I don't know if that was before. I don't know if that was early. I'd
And
flop everything saying it
there's okay, so this is well,
because I was over there so long ago. We're in 2025 now, and I was over there in 2005,
but from what you recall,
2006.
it wasn't great. It wasn't a lot of
I always called it the devil's playground. You know,
fun. You know.
best way
All
to
right.
describe it, kind of.
Well, so I have a theory. Not it's not my theory, but a theory that I have come across about why should we show the structures and then get into my theory? I think we should do that first. Let's get a little bit of you want to go ahead and go to the ziggurat, Mr. Justin Teen?
Here she be.
All right. Here we are. Now, for those of you who have been following along with the channel, well, you know we have been talking about megalithic structures all over the globe. And I got a suitcase full left to unpack. But this one right here happens to be in Iraq. And okay, let's just look at this. Yeah. What is it? Why? In the middle of what you have just described, without the war torn, and it's probably always been war torn. It's known to be a war torn area.
I never got to go here. I always looked out my back window when I go to work down on the base. I'd walk down and be out in the
You
distance.
got
I never got to go there. I think they had a visiting day once, and I was doing like DFAC duty or something, or I don't even remember doing security. It was weird,
damn.
but
That's great. Yeah. So you got to see this, and you know you can speak to the. This is a real big reason why I wanted to discuss this with you, because you can speak to how you have more visuals of this one there, Justin. How
Yeah, I do. I can get those.
inhospitable the land was. You know what the land is like where this is. Like regardless of the weather or the landscape itself or the military activity, you know like where like the vastness of where this is located. Like why was there a military base right next to it? Which is gonna lead into another one of my theories later on about military bases and military um just what I why I think some we'll get into that.
Yeah, I wish I would have went here, man. Like, what's inside these windows? Like, I don't. I'm imagining it's like little.
What is it?
Yeah, I don't even know. I don't know.
That was built
It's just like,
2100 BCE. So that's,
was it
6
really?
yeah. So that's 6,000 years old if I'm not. BC is before common era. So 2100 means yeah, that's 6,000 years old by the
I was
same.
seeing this. I don't know. I don't know what this is all
Like
about.
what were they so the top one is it was like they excavated it and it was like full of
Wait a minute. So are you saying? I thought this was built. I thought this was built, and it was always exposed. Are you saying that this was excavated and then exposed?
yes.
Really? I see. I didn't even know.
Yeah.
That is seriously. It was they. Wow. I didn't even know that.
That's how
That's
long it
crazy.
was like that's how old it is. 6,000 years old. So like the sands of literally the sands of time. But then like they're
It's
like
literally like the sands have almost preserved it in a way, kind of.
yeah,
I don't really know.
they kind of like
Seems like it.
covered it up and very 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 carefully excavated by the way.
Dude, I did not know that.
Like yes. And so yeah,
That is nuts.
that is the ziggurat of Ur in Iraq. And
Look at this beautiful AI photo.
and if it doesn't look like a damn spaceship landing zone, I don't know what does.
This is just a photo of
What is this?
I don't know, it's just an awesome looking photo, but
I don't
beautiful looking photo.
know. Okay, so here we're back to the ziggurat. Okay, so there's these grand fucking stairways and shit. And but like the other photos that we had, like it looks like a landing zone. Like you
Yeah, so there's this thing I saw. Let me see if I can I'll go ahead and I'll try to find it here. There was like this really cool thing where it showed like the ziggurat and it showed like all these things like this is here, this is the cap, this is the side, the
yeah,
stairs, and it talked about, it has like a little section, all the definitions and stuff, but
right.
it showed like portal opening with a bubble. I gotta find that. And I'm like, what?
All right.
But it was really weird. It was like just explaining,
I'm interested.
yeah, and guys, we're just kind of like, it's all about the wonders of the world and like what intrigues the mind. We're just going over like cool structures with like cool history and like there's, just some neat stuff about it. And then we're just learning stuff as we go and finding out like oohs and ahs stuff, just surfing. So let
Yeah.
me try and see if I can find.
Yeah, we're not trying to say that we're experts on any of this stuff. Like I know a
Yeah.
little bit and I just know that like hey, this is one that we wanted to jump into as far as Iraq as far as we're regular guys who have regular jobs, so I didn't have time to really research like I said I was gonna. So we do our research. We do know what we're talking about for the most part, but
10 views. Let me see this over here. Description.
we're also just like kind of just nerds who like to look into shit.
Trying to see.
See what my boy Justin can come up with. This is what it's part of the fun. Just seeing what.
This is such a small image right here. That's way too small. Um,
we're kind of doing this on the fly.
This might be really tiny, but
All right,
I'm just gonna
let's see
see if
what
I
you
can do
got.
something with it.
Let's see what you
So this shows, okay,
got. No, that's
it's a little
good.
small, but
I got you.
it does this file thing. Let me click out of here.
So look at that. Look at that. Like this was built by people who lived like well they had so much time on their hands. They didn't have TVs. They didn't
This is
what
so the Babel Tower, the legendary Tower of Babel, mentioned in the Old Testament as man's attempt to reach between heaven was possibly a ziggurat. Ur's ziggurat, the most fabulous of all known ziggurats, its building commenced around 4,000 years ago by the remains of the old Sumerian city of Ur, now known as Iraq. It was devoted to god Nar, I might botch that, Nanar Moon, and it was 61 meters, 45.7 and 15 meters high, although it was possibly originally higher. The temple, a Mesopotamian, considered it the house of the gods. Only the priests could enter this area here. And it talks about the structures down here. The side staircases, obviously, you got the main staircase here. So this is the main we look at. These are the sides. And this is a water outlet, so there wouldn't be probably any erosion that comes down. It looks like it's like a gutter system. And then the ziggurat is built with adobe blocks covered with fired bricks, some of them verified colors. And then this says open portal. I don't, weird. Religious, it doesn't say anything about this thing here, this entrance thing. Huh,
wow.
that's
Wow.
crazy.
That's there you have it, folks. As explained by the great
I should see if I can find
dude,
I
that's
should see if I can find some more of the do you want me to kind of see if I can pan through some of the photos?
yeah, if you want to, yeah. I mean, yeah, whatever you got, man.
Trying to see what these um yeah, I can just click through. Let me see here.
If yeah, I mean, whatever. Otherwise,
If you
I
still want me to.
mean, the ziggurat is just yeah. It's you can just be in awe of it. It's
I can pan through sign if you want me to stop at any of them. Let me know. You want me to do that?
yeah, go for it.
Okay.
That's like a 3D.
Yeah.
Look at that. That's fucking. Like, tell me what that's supposed to be in the middle of the Iraqi desert. Tell me what that is. What for? I misspoke earlier. I said 6,000. 4,000 years ago. 4,000 years ago, people.
Dude, I didn't know it was excavated. I thought it was always built, but it would make sense that all that time it doesn't. These would erode and these would have a curvature, a bezel to them.
Yeah, well, like sand.
Granted, they're probably not razor sharp, but still, these would wear away.
I mean, for 4,000 years old, like you look at
Yep.
yeah, yeah, crazy. It's insane. The ziggurat of your that's
Do you have anything on what they, anything like what it
why
was used for?
why. I mean, it's a um. I
Is it just like a temple
yes
or something?
yes and no, and I kind of do and kind of don't know,
Oh, okay.
and I don't want to like misspeak on you know I'm not
There's that bubbly area again
yeah, I'm not gonna sit
in a thing, but
right yeah I just don't want to sit here and act like I know like this that I kind of do and kind of don't. I don't want to you know what I mean.
geez,
Yeah,
that's a real photo.
yeah.
That's a real photo.
Personally, my personal opinion, it was a fucking spaceship landing zone, is what I think it was. Like that's what
It's yeah. I
that,
mean, it
that
makes sense. It's like you come down
and you land it in the
and you land, and
yeah. I
it's
mean,
just
that's
a
what it looks like to me. Like
right.
I'm not gonna misspeak on any kind of religious purposes. I'm gonna say what I think it is. Like
Ah,
for real
that's
though.
super cool.
Like that's a perfect picture of it too. Like
But it's weird how like the stairs, like you have like a main staircase. Why are you gonna go through all the work of making two more on the sides?
and,
If anything, just for stability, for looks, I suppose it's for that. But you don't need it because you have these walls, and you could have just went out here and you could have just went straight down.
well, and that and too. Like okay, stairs are like think about stairs. Okay, like there's so many stairways. Like that's how we get up places. Our stairways and stairways. You ever like hiked, gone on a hike and be like, oh, but you got to take this stairway, which is all fine and dandy. There's also like easier ways to get there. If you know,
Hmm.
you know what I mean. Like we have elevators. And I'm not saying that every hike or everything needs an elevator. I'm just saying like they had the technology to do a lot of things. He had a stairway was just like, yeah, just take the stairs. I don't know. It just and a grand. It's almost like the stairway was part of the ceremony. It's like a ceremony.
Right.
Like part of it all. But
I saw there's a lot of photos online too with a lot of troops. This looks like these were ACUs, acronym for Army Combat Uniform. I'm pretty sure. I don't know. I sorry guys, I did 8 years. I wore this stuff too, but there's a lot of pictures of which looks like soldiers that were it looks like the photos were possibly taken when the first BCT, the 34th ID, when we were over there, the 34th Infantry Division. It looks like the photos I see with the soldiers in there is that it was taken when I was there about that time, 2004-ish, 2006.
oh yeah,
Yeah,
it'd be cool. Find those photos.
this is pretty sharp. Let me see. I wonder if I can
Like, look at how
goes a little bit
crisp.
closer, but
Like,
oh yeah.
look at
Can you pan?
that's insane, man. Like,
But
look
it's
how
like even
4,000 years old. No big deal. They just built that middle of the desert. You know,
didn't know it was excavated at all. And I don't know much
most,
about it, but I know that it's amazing.
most things are that are
Like, would it be nice to, camp out there under the moonlight and say I'm at the ziggurat of here? Yeah,
excavated.
it sure would be.
Yeah, be cool.
It would be cool. Let's see what
Oh,
this.
what else you got for us?
Well, let's see what we got here. If you wanted, there is. Let's see this one place.
We got
We have. What's the ruins of? How do I pronounce that? Hatra? Is that
oh Hatra. Ooh, yeah, let's check out Hatra.
an ancient Arab city in Upper Mesopotamia, located in present-day eastern
Check it out.
northern Iraq? Let me see.
Is that that's the Greek runes? Am I
Is it?
if my memory serves me right, which I don't trust my memory, but
Mm,
if you
it'll just be a little second
I
here.
believe Hatra, yeah, I believe that's what you take your time. Um while Justin searches the worldwide interweb, I will take this time to remind everybody that my good friend Greg, who runs an ice cream truck, is going through a tough time, has a brain tumor, brain cancer. Um, so we're going through that. I'll have a GoFundMe link down below in case anybody would like to just drop $1 or two. We would very much appreciate it to help him keep that truck up and running and support him, support me, support the channel, and the whole misunderstood family. So The link for that will be down below. Thank you all for your help and love.
Aside from that, is he like how's he doing like for like as far as what he was like is he like 100% almost
Nah,
or like
I'd say like 60%.
I mean I mean not 100 but like cognitively like
Yeah, no, like
aside from like probably take medication for like any pain for any
yeah,
stitching
he's
or
got taking medication for multiple few things like one,
yeah.
but as far as it's just right now it's mainly short-term memory loss is the biggest issue, and then just like the frustration that comes with that, with like not being
Hmm.
able to, it's like any kind of like a dementia type issue,
Yeah, and he's young too, and that's the scariest thing is like we were talking about that at work with
yeah,
on our Wednesday or whatever with some people, but like
right,
as we get older, it's just like things just it's just life's too short, man. It's like I told you, like I'm 43 years old, but my brain I feel like I'm 20 something. My body I feel like I'm 30, like low 30s, but I'm still gonna be a kid inside when I'm 60, sitting on the couch doing whatever. It's just like
yeah,
times
y-
it's not
yeah.
it's
No, you're as old,
too short, man.
yeah, and you're as old as you feel, I believe, and Greg is that kind of person where like,
That's a good way to put it.
yeah, and like he's one of them people like we're always whenever like I'm one person I can make him laugh. And I can, always knows just something goofy. He's a goofy guy too, just like us. Like you get along with like we're goofy guys. That's why you and I get along. Like dude, you crack me up at work. Just
Uh,
the dumbest stuff.
yeah, I gotta be goofy to help pass the time, man.
Like
Yeah,
the dumbest stuff, but it cracks me up. Like people are like, "What are you laughing about?" I'm like, "Just Justin." I'm like,
yeah, it can be super comical.
I'm like just like but that's how we are. That's how Greg is. That's how like, you know what I mean. So like that kind of like zest for life, if you will, just like fucking being goofy and going outside, not outside of your shell, not caring like is somebody gonna think this is weird if I say this, if I do that, or if I sing out loud? We were freaking singing. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Like we don't care. We don't give a shit. What is it?
And then you meet those monotone personalities where they just give you like a weird look, and it's like, dude, it's like, and not being goofy because of a immaturity. It's being goofy because when you're sure of yourself and you know who you are and you're an adult and the normality's there and you got everything kind of covered, and you're just a
Right.
straight decent human being. It's okay to like just joke around or just help pass the time or do whatever.
Yeah.
It's
And you know what?
that's just the only reason I do it. Yeah, it's
Yeah. And like it might oh, hey, fucking alert everyone. You might make somebody's day. You might if you can like you're the same way as me. Like, if I could do something dumb and stupid and it makes somebody else laugh, or even like it goes along the lines of fucking holding the door or doing good things, just bringing good vibes to the fucking world. Like, if we can make somebody laugh or even make each other laugh, like, hey, that's a that's a good day. Like,
that's true too. And like money can't buy that. You know what I mean? If you can
no,
make someone's day, like the feeling like of like the human emotion and like everything that flows through the body, like that was free pretty much.
yeah, you can't.
Except for just a moment of your time.
Yeah, yeah, well, you could walk up and give somebody $100 bill, but like you can also like make their day by holding the fucking door or saying
Yep.
hi or just like complimenting somebody on their, whatever, doing any little small thing to like change somebody's whole life week. You never fucking know what it could do for somebody. You don't know, like you and I. You like okay, I'm not trying to get fucking crazy about this shit or all bromance about it, but like you and I starting working together changed the course of both of our lives already. Like it just did. Because two fucking guys who have a goddamn good aspect on life said, "Hey, let's go do something." And we went and now we're doing it. And
Right.
like and we're hopefully influencing other people to go out there and do it. And we're just spreading good vibes throughout. That's another major thing of the podcast is good vibes, bro. We're spreading like, hey, think about things. Think outside the box. Question things. Have fun with life. You know what? And you know what? Tell your family that you love them. Tell your friends that you love them. You know, make it awkward if need be. You know what I mean? Like life, like
Yeah,
you said, life's too short.
yeah, it is, and it's just like you're right. It's like it's unfortunate that we as humans it's like with your family, your friends, you might like be short with them or be like, yeah, I don't know, babe, or like this and that, or like, all right, sounds good. I'll talk to you later. I gotta go. And you cut short with like a friend or a family member or a neighbor. But like it's funny, we as humans that like when we find like when we hit like a loss or something, we actually like slow down and really reflect, and like then it's true that we don't know what we have until it's gone, or if we're lacking in something, you know. It's just nuts, and it sucks that it has to be. It sucks that it takes a loss for you to actually see through the Teflon. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's unfortunate, but
I you said it perfectly, man, and like I will take this opportunity to, talk about a great loss that I had when, my nephew passed away, man. And it was like nothing I've ever could imagine. It was terrible. And but I'm never the type to be like pity poor me. It wasn't my loss. It was a lot of people's loss. It was my dad's, his mother. It was a lot of people. It was never on me. It's just how I felt about the situation. I felt it, but it was never pity. But also in the end, you know, my sister and I have a very good relationship, a close relationship. And my family, I feel like my family has been very much more tight knit since then. And so you have to find the good in every bad situation. And that's coming from a fucking terrible situation. But we find the good in it. So you have to. You have to. What else are you
yeah.
gonna do? I'm like I said, ain't no pity shit. Like when I was talking to my buddy Greg about his brain tumor and this and that and the other, and I told him about another friend of mine. I told him about Jeff Bursey's son. We were talking about the other day, who got hit by the truck when he was on the 4 wheeler, and
That was an insane story, dude.
that's another thing. Prayers to the Bursey family. I did get a text from Jeff today. His son's still fighting. Um, that's a
So he still is.
He's still fighting as of this morning. Yes. So, um, no, another thing. But as I told Greg the story, and he was. I told it to him as a way to be like, it could be worse. And Greg, the sweetheart that he is, like he feels bad for me because you know I know somebody that's like he's my buddy, and I I have to deal with this with him, and also I know somebody that's also, so he felt bad for me as if like, oh man, there's two people in your life that are, I'm like, you know what I'm saying? Like I,
Yeah.
I was like, if anything, I'm thankful that I could be the conduit to good vibes or help in any kind of way. I don't look at it like things are happening to me. I'm here to help in any way I can. You know.
You know, I'm gonna say though, in 2025, with like the social media and like the screen time we all get like buried into like this slow rolling anxiety and like this like ghost anxiety that it does create because it's been proven through data. It's like it's super hard to like break away from like the drama feed, and like we fall so easily into like a topic of like where we just feed off the drama. Do you know what I'm saying? Where you like, or you get stuck in this residuality of like a bad attitude. It hits hard to break away, dude, and like be like to try and think positive. It's like some people might be like, because if you're really arrogant, it might seem nerdy to do that, but it's
Yeah.
obviously better for you, but it's so damn hard sometimes to
Well,
just, and it's kind of just, it's not what you're saying is, it's not, I'm kind of reflecting how, aside from being
yeah.
positive and being that role model of, you know what I mean? How like
No,
some
I
people can be.
know. And okay, and I don't mean like I always say, like I don't ever want to come off like I have the fucking answer, because I sure as fuck don't. I deal with fucking anxiety and the depression hasn't been as bad because I'm doing things that I love. I'm golfing and I do podcasts. Those are two things that I love to do, and I'm doing both of those. It's like therapy for me. So like the depression, anxiety, I fucking deal with anxiety every motherfucking day. And it's weird to say and it's hard to talk about because it's like y'all could look at me right now, you're watching this podcast, and be like, what do you mean you deal with anxiety? Guess what? Cy Hansen the second has anxiety. Okay, let that be everyone know. Like it's not anything to be ashamed of, and that's something that I
No, not at
deal.
all.
No, not at all. It's something that I deal with, and
We don't know the war torn pages inside a book's cover. Like when you see a person, you see like a celeb or somebody you look up to. Did they have a fight when they went home with their significant other that night? Are they yelling at the family? Or are they like upset and crying about something? We don't see those pages.
right. And this might be one of the most page turning episodes that we've had so far as talking about this, and like it's a good thing because it's something that I based this whole podcast about, was being an open book as far as people who are dealing with stuff. And yeah, we're gonna talk about. Hey, guess what? We might be talking about freaking the ziggurat. Next thing we know, we're talking about god dang anxiety. Welcome to the show, everyone. If you haven't already been here, but
The misunderstood, yeah. But it's funny because like it felt natural that was flowing that way. You know what I mean?
yeah, I mean,
Because it's
yeah.
like we're just chilling and chatting, and it felt like we went right into like that whole topic we were just talking about. It just flew right into it, but like seamless. It
Well,
seemed.
it's just it kind of goes hand in hand with like not understanding like we talk about structures, okay, that we don't understand, the misunderstood pocket. But like we also don't understand the human body, the human mind. Like we don't like it's such a revolving world. Like you were talking about like these days, like it's such a there's this stigma, right? Like this fucking stigma. And now it's kind of going away a little more now about like man and mental health. Remember, we have to use always be macho and keep your fucking feelings to yourself and da 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 da. Da. And like, well, guess what?
Yeah.
Well, guess that's a bunch of bullshit because I've dealt with what the repercussions of that can be, and no, reach out. That's like I said. Tell your friends you love them.
Yeah, there's so much today that we are figuring out, like even in the industry, that is bullshit. It's like but yeah,
And anyways, just that's just we're here for you, people. If you guys are still rolling along with us, you can comment down below and just tell us your thoughts. Tell us what you think. If you want to vent, if you need advice from uh myself or Sir Justin Dean Bartholomew Constantinople Webb the
mm,
13th.
yeah, and it's like me, guys. Like I'm not like conceited or like I don't go to my own head. It's like I'll say that I'll easily assume like second place. Like you know what I mean. I'm no alpha. I can be, but I'll easily assume second or third. And like the thing is I just know a little bit about a lot, and I won't say it'd be pigheaded and small-minded to sit here and say that you know everything about something. So it's just like, when you get to that age of like when you're in your 40s, and it's like if you've lived a lot of places and been in a lot of situations, and
And you have
even my own person that I'm in a relationship with probably doesn't know all the stories about myself. You know what I mean? Even though I've shared everything with her or a lot of things, but it's like you just get conditioned and you're just more vitamin fortified over the years, I guess, so to speak. You know,
yeah.
been places, seen things. research things. It's like even when I had my dogs and I was doing my bulldogs, the breeding, I worked with Deb, my mobile vet, and I read thousands of hours worth of and spent thousands of dollars learning about dogs and like what you can use, what oils you can use naturally, and like foods and like all these things. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
so, but yeah,
Yeah, man. That was a good little speech from you.
good little chatty chat.
Yeah.
So should we hit up this? You want to hit up this place?
Yes. Let's do it.
This
Where are we going?
this I don't even. I don't know if I'm botching them. Hatra.
Atra. Yes.
So you must have like a whole library at the house of like places.
Well, yeah. You know, my filing system is not exactly organized. Let me just say that. It's more of it's yeah. A lot of it's just up here. Okay, here we go. Now, what does this look like, everybody? Does this look like something that would be in the middle of Iraq?
That's a beautiful photo.
Who do you think built this, Justin?
Bro, I don't even know where this is since I just looked into this tonight for 15 minutes.
It's in
Who do I think built this? I know I'm scanning on my phone because I wanted to like bring up some stuff on it, but
it's in the middle of
it does look so by me looking at it, and I know you said earlier maybe with like a Greek structure or something. I feel like this Roman kind of persona from it, you know what I mean?
Yes, there you go.
It,
Bingo.
is it?
Yes. Actually Greek. So
It's like I'm waiting for a man in the armor or a robe to come like walking out down through the tunnel here.
why would this be in the
And
middle?
like some antique whites and some deep reds
Yeah.
with a sword.
A grand like ceremony, right?
Yep.
Why would this be in the middle of Iraq?
Is it really?
Yeah. That's what we're covering.
Yep. I wish I could have traveled like when I was there, but like
But
it's so
but why would it be in the middle of Iraq?
you know I don't know. Just to not to go off topic here, but like, and then speaking of Iraq, and we'll get right back to it if I can rant for just 20 seconds.
Rant,
When I was over there, we went off base once. Me and my roommate Bobby. I'm gonna send this to probably Bobby.
Bobby.
He lives over towards the cities. But anyways, we left the base once and we went to Camp Cedar, I believe it was, at like 5 in the morning. We were all ready. We grabbed our stuff and we were going to do a supply run. We left the base and we were driving. It was dark and we forgot our weapons. Isn't that crazy? We forgot our weapons, bro. We forgot our weapons, dude.
Like that's
We had to go back and get our shit, dude. We
isn't
had to go back and get our shit because and then speaking of anxiety and to wrap it all up, speaking of the whole anxiety thing, it was like boiling inside of us. And all he wanted to do was he just wanted to go home and see his kids first before he went off base to go on a little journey in case something happened. But like speaking of this, being in Iraq, not knowing it, I wish when I was there I could have traveled.
yeah. That's funny though. Isn't like
Yeah.
isn't like the like two things like your dick and your fucking gun when you're like in the
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I just, it was
like
why? Yeah, we just forgot him. We forgot him, and it's like not that we would have maybe needed it. We were only traveling 20 minutes up the road, but still, you have MSR Tampa, and you have another one up there. Though MSR is the main supply route,
yeah,
and they were all hot. You know what I mean? Think about it.
that's
9/11, 2001. We trained in 2004. Went over there in 2005. I mean, it was hot doors from all the years and stuff like that. Now, yeah, yeah, it's just. But I know what you're saying. Like today, it's like, where's my phone? You know what I mean? Like,
right.
yeah, if you're over there, it's like, where's my gun? Where's my stuff? You know?
Yeah. So yeah,
Yeah, you're.
this site doesn't really have a known build date. It's
It doesn't.
it's clearly Greek Roman. I mean, they're speculative. There's a lot of speculative stuff about when and how, but it's not nothing that's clear. And again, I don't want to speak to anything that I'm not sure of. But
You're right. This is an ancient city. So what's funny is that this structure, Hatra, if I even pronounce it right,
that's what I would say, Hatra.
it's this structure is named The Hatra, Iraq temple, literally in Hatra, Iraq.
But
So it's just like labeled like a kind of a base
like
version of of the city. It doesn't really have like a name other than
Patra.
that's kind of what I'm reading.
It's
It's
just
named after the city.
it's just this like clearly Greek temple. Like
That's an awesome photo. Look at
like,
this.
like what is that doing there? And they're like, oh, it's this old. That's why I've looked up how old. I'm not gonna sit here and spit out fucking years. Who cares? It doesn't matter. What
Mm.
what fucking years Google tells me it is. It doesn't matter because it ain't fucking right. They don't know. And like this is in the middle of Iraq. Okay, people. Like I don't know what else I need.
The
I don't know what else to say.
and like we said before, is like the whole like these old megalithic structures, like the whole like intricate artwork, the dedication, the quality,
Yeah,
like the time, the not being distracted, like
the
the
or
different obviously the different era, right? You know, things
yeah.
people's mentalities were different. They were gauged a different way, but like you look at like the
I mean, come on.
we don't I don't know, like
You're gonna take like
it we're in different times, but I mean like even the houses today, you know, they're kind of just it's like when I had my house fire, you know what I mean, in
yeah,
2015. They're like, "Oh, thank God your roof is a 1959 Rambler because your roof would have been gone. It was a higher quality wood, you know." And now you have the particle boards and all that stuff where the house will go up like a matchbook. But all these carvings and everything, like this is all
right. Yeah, I mean, and, like intricate, like still to this day, who knows how old this is? Could be tens of thousands of years old. Still,
symbolic.
that
The artwork.
carving. Yeah, come on, man. Even if it's 1,000 years old, holy effing shit, you know. But it's like probably 4 to 10,000 years old. Like
Did you find?
what?
Should I just read this? What I have here
Yeah, read it.
from
Yeah, yeah.
Britannica.
Yeah,
Okay,
give us our.
Hatra. All right, I'll just go through because I didn't know about it, but obviously the building's super badass, dude. Hatra, a ruined city located in Al Jazeera region of present-day northern Iraq, 180 miles northwest of Baghdad and 68 miles southwest of Mosul. A religious and trading center of the Parthian Empire, it flourished during the 1st and 2nd centuries BC. The city survived several invasions before being razed in 241 CE. It is an important archaeological site with well-preserved ruins. Hatra was probably founded in the 3rd and 2nd century BCE under the Seleucid kingdom.
So 2,000
Um,
years ago. Okay.
because of its strategic position along caravan trade routes, the town prospered and became an important religious center. In the 1st and 2nd centuries, Hatra was ruled by a dynasty of Arabian princes whose written language was Arabic, or um, Aramic. I'm pronouncing that wrong.
Arabic.
And it became known as Ilaha, if I pronounce that right, God, House of God, a reference to the city's numerous temples. Among the gods honored were, and there were some gods honored, sun god,
Ra.
was a Greek one. So built in a circular plan of military tradition, Hatra was able to turn back many attacks, including sieges by Roman forces. This is the city itself, but this rune is like
So
it's like this is a symbol of like of the city, like the mark of the city. It seems.
yeah. So okay.
Sound right?
So okay. So I'm getting Silk Road vibes. Like again, a lot of this stuff we are just learning together, all of us
Yeah, pretty much on the fly.
as one. I'm not an expert. This is just things that I thought were cool, and since Justin had been to the area, let's check it out. And I was gonna ask you to do just what you're doing, Justin, and some other photos of what.
Yeah. Pan through.
Yeah, let's just check it out because, like, okay, we're still talking 2,000 years ago, 2,000 years ago, and what they were doing. Like, what are we doing today? Like that, like. Okay, so like really the difference between people building massive structures is the fact that we have phones now and TV. Like I don't think that's like the difference, you know.
This is Parthia. If I botch that, I'm not really sure. The Hatra ruins, an area view of the ancient city ruins from the
Look at that.
um,
That's
Parthian era in Hatra, Iraq.
look at that. Like you think that was sand when they built it? Like the surrounding area, you think that was all sand when they built it? Or do you think or my guy, was there a great flood that washed over all of that, brought that sand in there and washed away a civilization? Then once the fucking that's why just like the ziggurat, how they had to unbury the ziggurat. Why did they?
Hmm.
You know what I'm
And
saying?
there's still, I bet you, as we
Uh,
know, like
same,
when Graham talked about those places, there's still stuff that's buried that we don't know about,
you know what I'm saying?
you
Like
know?
same in Egypt when they found the Sphinx, it was buried up to its head. You know, like I'm just
We heard about that. We heard about that Sphinx the other day, didn't we?
yeah.
Oh gosh.
I mean,
Yeah.
I'm just saying. I'm not saying I know anything. I'm just saying
I'll have to keep this on.
maybe. You know, maybe maybe it could be. Maybe what other emojis do you got for us? Because like this part, the whole there's just there's crazy stuff with that like throughout. Like what is this, dude? What is this?
How was that even? How was that even? I just picture being a fly on the wall back in the day, or a fly on a rock. Huh. Them carving it out, like, dude,
a fly,
you know, such awesome times.
a fly on a rock.
Fly on a wall, fly on a rock, because there ain't gonna be no walls unless I'm on the building.
Ah, that's the shit I'm talking about when I say when I say
Drop it on the side shot.
when I say Justin cracks me up. I'm a fly.
Oh, they left a rock right here.
I'm
They
a,
forgot this one.
I guess we were talking about rocks, so that's why I'm a fly. Dude, what is this? What is that? What do you? Why
I
would
found the missing rock. It's this missing rock. If it's got to go back up here.
put it back?
You
Put it back in before the whole goddamn thing falls down.
know,
What
and this
is
is
this? Why? What
in
are
in,
they?
in this. When I was in Anasaria, which is roughly 200 plus miles south of Baghdad, in the wintertime back here in the States with you guys, when it's like we're in Minnesota, so it's like, 20 below, whatever. When it
Oh,
snows back here, over there, when it does, we did get some snow over there, more towards upper Baghdad, upper Iraq, but it did, when it was wet, when it was wintertime, it would rain. But
you know.
the vegetation, like in the area I was in, which is southern Iraq, it's more gravelly, more like far land that's gravelly, and not like your big Egyptian deserts where it waves over. Very gravelly, and like the
Okay,
vegetation's rough.
I get. Yeah, I get what you're saying. Okay,
Yeah,
you have an interesting way of describing it. More gravelly,
more gravelly.
gravelly than sandy. I get what you're saying, which makes sense. Like based on like the movies that I've seen, it looks like rocky. I would describe it as
I
rocky.
read 160 towers in this place.
Which one? Where are we at now?
In Hatra, we're still in this guy.
Just Hatra in general. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, 100.
I just like was like yeah Hatra. Check it out.
Yeah,
Yeah, there's just like dude. Tell me what the fuck is going on here?
with what?
Just Hatra. Like I I like I said, I didn't have time to do my research. Apologies. We just wanted to jump on and have Justin's expertise on Iraq as a country, as his experiences, and then hey, there's a bunch of places that just are like, huh? Like
Hmm.
like what?
The sky in Iraq would be like this a lot usually. So in Iraq, there's usually not big puffy clouds in the summer. It's just these like blue faint skies, kind of soulless in a way. empty,
Kind of.
mysterious, kind of evil. But then you'd get the sandstorms where it might be like this, and then the sky would go actually red.
Oh damn.
Hence why I called it Devil's Playground or something. But it would be like this a lot, you know.
I suppose
Um,
like that. You know.
a very soulless sky, kind of. Even though there's obviously lots of like love and history and everything in the country too at the same time, but with probably more of the
You're you're
population.
you're describing the sky as how you felt it. You don't need to
That's
describe
how
you don't need to describe it as how the land feels it, man.
that's how I felt. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's how it felt.
that's all you need to say, man. It's not. There's no disrespect to the land. You know,
Mm-hmm.
you felt like it was soulless. Shit.
Right.
You were a fucking.
Okay.
You were an army man in the army in the middle of a war.
Should have stayed in too.
Yeah.
Did 8 years. Yeah, I went from E1 to E5 really quickly, from private to sergeant. I should have stayed in. If
You never
I
know.
could have won time, I would have.
You never know, bro. It could have just been one bad mission, and we're not having this conversation right now. You know what I mean?
That yeah, that is true. Yeah,
So I'm glad you didn't. I'm glad you did your time, and thank you for your time, everybody. Justin Webb, thank you for your service, and we thank all of you service members. Army, Marines, Navy, Air Force, National Guard, Coast Guard. Am I missing anybody? All of the guards, police, fire department, EMTs, thank you for your service. We appreciate each and every one of you. We are huge supporters. Um,
we are.
if I had a flag, I'd wave it. Um,
We get to go to Duluth in June. Remember, I was telling you about that to go to Tom's service, and he's gonna have a 21 gun salute. My mom's gonna get the flag.
oh yeah.
I'm sure we'll all break down.
What branch
You
was
know,
he?
Tom was in the Navy, so
Um, Justin's
yep,
stepdad basically. Yeah.
yeah, yep,
In the Navy, passed away. Cancer again. Fuck cancer, man.
yeah, dude. It's just
Um,
it's crazy, so
um,
fast. I think he was on his way home or whatever, and he got the call and they had to go back or something and turn around.
yeah.
But it's like when I was over there, like we were supposed to go home or whatever, and then like we got extended 6 months. So
Oh yeah.
I guess orders are orders.
Hey,
So I'm gonna see if I can do.
for the country. We got
Yep.
another. We got another spot.
Yes, sir. We can. Should we do?
Are we taking the Humvee or are we taking the chopper?
Probably stay in the Humvee.
All right, I'll drive.
What about Babylon?
Babylon. Yes, sir.
You want to?
Let's do it.
All right.
Let's do Babylon. Because like
Bum 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 bum.
keeping up with some people here, handling some business. I got some business going on. I trying to
I
run.
don't even know much about Babylon either, but that's really cool. The
Well,
deep
I mean,
history.
whew. And again, like always, like we're this is more of a discovery podcast than it is learn your fact. I mean, you might learn a couple things, but like we're not out here to teach you shit because I'm never gonna speak about things that I don't exactly know. Babylon, but everybody knows Babylon. Like that's a name that is well known, right? But do we know what Babylon was? What was Babylon? Babylon was supposedly like, you know, almost like when we talk about Atlantis. When you hear about
Mm-hmm.
when you hear about Babylon, you think first thing that comes to mind. Well, okay, there we go. Okay, I've spoke myself out of necessity, and here you go. What's this? Is this an AI generated? What is this?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I think it's just like a
This is
picture of
this
like
is what they thought Babylon. Okay. So oh, okay. All right. You can go back to the
is
Bible.
this supposed to be just parts of the ancient city?
There you go. Yeah, that would be parts of the ancient city.
Because yeah, I just have some stuff pulled up about where it's located, this, this and that, but I don't know as far as scale how big it was, or like, yeah, like as we talked about before, we're kind of just going on the fly and like looking up cool places. Yeah, I don't know much about like how big it is, if it's a little area or nothing
Just
really.
keep looking up pictures. Basically,
Okay,
just basically Babylon was like the exactly what it sounds like. The It was the New York, it was the LA, it was the center of everything at its time. And we're talking around like a couple thousand years ago. What however long, however many thousand years ago. To put a date on it. But it was just and then so for the most part it's just a story. Babylon. Babylon. You hear the word Babylon. You have they make space movies called Babylon, but it's actual thing, and you can look it up in the Bible. And these are the ancient cities, the ancient ruins of
this is like,
Babylon.
yeah, this is like some Assassin's Creed type like stuff where you can see like, you imagine people walking in like little like a little chicken thing, and there's a man, like a little marketplace, and like people walking around and like little cheers and kids running around and
You
stones being thrown.
you
If
could
this looks like it, which it is, a little city.
you could see it being like when it was what it was. You know what I mean? You could see what it would look like, right?
Yeah, I'll have to set
You know
I'll
what
have
I
to
mean?
show you like a, that's
So
insane. I'll have to
I
show you a
know
thing with it.
I know what you're saying. Well, so like this was Babylon. Like there's what where everything was happening, where they were, you know, you walk through the streets and you want to buy some bread, you want to buy a fruit, you want to buy, do. You want to do whoop you want to get you got a little nickel to flip to get your pickle tickled, you know.
Should I read off this description, just one paragraph about it?
Yes.
Okay, so let me see if it's, so it seems like just, I wonder how big it. Let me see here. It's like are the do the runes extend out? Obviously, this is like a AI thingy, obviously, but I was wondering how far like the runes extend out. Try to go to another image.
Yeah, it's like Babylon.
Gosh, dude. Okay, I'm gonna read. I'll read this.
All right,
All right.
read it.
Babylon was an ancient city located on the lower Euphrates River in southern Mesopotamia, within modern-day Hilla, Iraq, about 85 kilometers (53 miles) south of modern-day Baghdad. Babylon functioned as the main cultural and political center of the Akkadian-speaking region of Babylonia. Its rulers established two important empires in antiquity: the 19th and 16th century BC Old Babylonian Empire, and the 7th and 6th century BC Neo-Babylonian Empire. Babylon was also used as regional capital of other empires. Babylon was one of the most important urban cities of the ancient Near East until its decline.
Okay. That doesn't really
Hmm.
that doesn't really explain a whole lot. That's like one of those things where it's like you say a bunch of words, but they don't really mean shit.
Mm.
You know what I mean?
There's yeah.
It
Let's
doesn't
just
really
try
make
and
sense.
see.
It's a bunch of bugging. It's like, well, tell me about the cowboys in the West. Well, there was like a western part of the country where the people tried to settle, and the wagons went, and they had you know what I mean? Like, would that make,
Yeah, it's like,
you know what I mean? Like, it doesn't make any. Like I could go on and on, but I'm not gonna waste people's time because that's not what we do. We fucking start off by saying one, we're not experts on what we're talking about, and two, we're not gonna waste your time telling you that this is the deal when we don't know. We're just discovering ourselves, and discover with us. We're just looking at goddamn places in Iraq, and Justin has been to that country, and he knows how vast it is. He knows how freaking desolate it is, and we have timelines that they give us that oh they built this and they were here then and they were doing this. It's like okay, what else we got, Justin?
It's these runes and stuff, but it's
Okay, okay. So I think I'm now that we're busting out ruins. I might have to go full tinfoil hat right now. And this might I don't know. I don't know. This one might get us canceled. I don't know, man.
what do you mean?
My take. I have a hot take. I don't know if I should say it or not, bro. It's like I don't know
Hot take with what?
about Iraq and the my my Saddam take.
Oh yeah,
I don't know. I don't know if I
why
should.
you think they did what they did?
Yeah. I honestly like I know that it's not even that I believe it. I'm just it's just um you know a theory or a possibility. You know, it's not that it's like I'm 100% sure that like this thing happened or they did this because, but I just it's just maybe you know I don't know if I should talk about it or not. I think
Well, I know what you're gonna talk about.
I don't know.
I don't. And it's very possible that that could have been. And then, to my knowledge, and to probably the general public, it's like the reason they did what they did with him is because of what he did to his people, but
Right? Yeah.
or what he did over
Yeah,
time.
and that's why I don't want to. Again, I don't want to misspeak. It's more of something that kind of just mulling over the theory of possibility, and you know, I don't know. I'm not gonna talk. I don't want to get fucking Navy SEAL whacked because I may or may not have some other information. Like you know me. I know people like in this world in this realm that we live in that have information. So, anyways, um, we're talking about uh SpongeBob. That's where we're leaning.
SpongeBob, that his address is underneath Epstein's Island.
Yeah, that's what we were getting at. We didn't want to we didn't want to dog him out right away, but so anyways,
These
that took its turn. So we were talking about Babylon. Are we still there, or do we want to do one more? I do want to. Where we're sitting at an hour right now, but
are we okay? I have herbal, if I pronounce that right.
whatever you
Let's
got,
see.
load them up.
What's this one here?
It's hard to beat Babylon though. In the history behind,
Turkmenistan? Are you doing that one tonight or no?
yeah, we can. You wanna go ahead and just hit Turkmenistan right now
If you want to, I
before
can. Yeah.
we can just like send her off with that one because there's more in Iraq, but Babylon kind of takes the.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, we can do that too. It's I see that this is out of that location, but I can hit back with the Babylon one, or we can go.
No, we're good on Babylon.
Okay.
And that's the thing. I'm like beating a check out all the sites, everybody, everything that we talk about. Go ahead, do your research, check them out, because they're like some of these are new to us. Most of them I know about. There are a lot of them are new to Justin, which is some of the fun of like just watching his reaction to like wait till you see Turkmenistan. I feel like I might have to throw a bonus one in here because Turkmenistan is cool, but I want to see. I don't know. I don't think we've got that like wow factor from Justin tonight. I don't know that we've got that from you. Like
Probably because we went on so late, maybe. Well, only an hour and a half difference, but
I don't know. Usually I get you've had a couple of whoopee. Okay, maybe we'll get it now. Okay, Justin, Turkmenistan. What does this look like to you, Justin? Like where
as far as
what planet would this be on? Like what would this be? Where would this be? Why would this be a thing in your opinion? Like what's going on here?
what's really weird is like it's Asia, but what's weird is like I feel like I'm looking at a half lawyer, half Superman hybrid statue here of like an American male. Do you know what I mean? That's what I'm getting there from that photo. What is that?
Yeah, I that's
You know what I mean?
that's
That's what I see there. But I mean, as far as
that's why that's why I asked the question.
is it really? That's what I see there. Yeah,
I don't know. I don't know. I don't.
half Superman, half attorney, 45-year-old man who like lifts weights, American male or something. That's what it looks like. Why is he here? That's so odd. Isn't that funny? That's what I saw. That's what it totally looks like, dude.
Uh,
That's
uh,
weird. It's like I don't. Huh.
uh, I'm not.
Were you trying to have me? Were you trying to have me find that? Were you trying to have me pick that out right there?
No,
That's so funny.
no. I,
Oh, okay.
I, uh, okay. My, no, everyone. This is again. Some of the shit that Justin says, fucking just. That was one, dude. Go back to the. Go back.
Okay,
To
okay. We'll go back. We'll go back.
I had no
We'll
idea.
go.
I literally just wanted to fucking.
We'll go back to your boy.
I just wanted to ask you, what was your fucking opinion of this picture?
Yeah, half
oh,
Superman, half attorney.
oh,
That's what I see. It's funny I picked that out because like you got the yeah.
oh, and God, and it's just, I don't know. All right, okay, but that's okay. Oh, but seriously though, but anyway, but
Dude,
seriously,
I don't need.
seriously
Is
though,
I don't even know anything about
what
the
do you what
place.
do you think? Yeah, exactly. Okay, next photo.
Okay. Do you know anything about this place?
This is Turkmenistan. That's all I know. Look at it. Look at
Are
it.
these real photos though? I mean, I was just on this one,
Yes.
but
Yeah. Can you make it a little bigger?
I can't. I guess it's
How do you find another one?
kind of just zooms into the areas and stuff.
I mean,
But
that does look like a AI generated photo, but these are real places. Well, I mean, I guess I can't say that because I've never been there.
there's your boy. Let
That's my
me
guess.
click this one.
That's my
Why is he here? Where's this at?
that's
Huh?
that's fake.
What's that?
That's fake. That's gotta be fake.
That's a real photo.
Zoom in. What?
Yeah, that's a real photo
Of who?
of the half
Super.
hybrid
Super.
American attorney Superman guy. You know what I mean?
No. Okay. All right. I feel like um.
This is a real photo here too.
All right. I feel like no half hybrid American Superman attorney guy. I feel like
Mm-hmm.
okay. I'm sorry, everyone. I think we have gone too far. What we try to be somewhat like what like we know what we're doing, but now we got Superman attorneys. I don't know.
No, I got the kitty. I get quick.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm thinking that I don't know, Superman attorney.
This guy's crawling and dancing.
Is that the bunny or the kitty?
Oh, the cat, Sebastian, hops up here and runs on all the equipment and stuff back there.
Sabby,
Cat hair. Bassy, Bassy.
Bassy, Sabby.
I suppose you can see him on there. What you doing, Bassy?
Yeah, I can see him. We're
Yeah.
also pet lovers. We will have another honestly, I have a sponsor. We have GTP Pet Solutions that we can shout out. G's positive pet training solutions. I can link a link below. It's all kinds of just you can buy all your pet goodies, toys and treats and shit. And if you use the code MIZ10 MIZ 10 10% off on anything you buy on the site. So anybody want to buy something for their pets, go ahead and GTP Pet Solutions link will be below. That's Ms. 10 for 10% off.
Nice.
Hell yeah.
So, what do you know about this place, Si? Anything?
This looks fake to me. I don't think this is real.
This is this is a real photo.
Says who?
It's just on a high res DLSR camera or whatever. I think these
Never,
statues. It's just on a. It's on a. They're so.
I've
They
never,
look real. It doesn't because the vegetation. It's not like AI, but because I don't know how you can see it on your end, but on my big screen here.
I've never seen this.
Okay, let me go.
I don't think that's real, bro.
Where is this place at?
Uh-huh.
You just saw it as like we don't know where it is or Turkmenistan.
Oh, shit, my bad. I was, I thought we were still in Iraq. Oh, Turkmenistan. Shit, well, it might be real then. Yeah. Sorry, I was,
No, it's all good. No, I know I went over to this place, but
yeah. Shit, I don't know. I just saw the other day that like it could be real. It could be a. I haven't really looked into it because you can't really like. There's not really a lot of access to this area. Like,
really,
yeah. But if you just look up some of the stuff in Turkmenistan, like, have you ever heard of Turkmenistan before?
no.
I didn't either.
I have not.
So I'm yeah. So I apologize for my lack of knowledge on Turkmenistan. I just know look up fucking Turkmenistan. That's all I'm saying. Just get some. It's wild.
Turkmenistan is a country known for its extensive reserves of natural gas, which play a significant role in its economy. It is governed by an authoritarian regime with limited political and civil freedoms. The country's human rights record has criticized by international organizations. There's
You can
I've never heard of the I've never heard of the place at all. Central Asia.
no place at all. Like you mean like Turkmenistan? Yeah.
Various Persian empires ruled the area in antiquity, and Alexander the Great, Muslim armies, the Mongols, Turkic warriors, and eventually the Russians conquered it.
You could
In medieval times, was one of the great cities of the Islamic world and the important stop on the Silk Road.
on this. That was a great. Thank you for that narration of the story. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so here's what is going on. Why are we talking about Turkmenistan and why is this such a big fucking deal? Because we were stuck on one. Okay, here's a cool picture. Those are some buildings that are in Turkmenistan. And I asked Justin, "Have you ever heard of Turkmenistan?" He's like, "Nope." You know what? Me, motherfucking neither. Until I
Eh.
until I did. Now, Justin, if you could show some more cool pictures of Turkmenistan.
You're so chill and relaxed. You're all like, you guys ever hear of it? Nope, me neither. It just looks cool. Justin, go panning. Look for some photos.
That's
Look
what we do, brother.
at these beautiful candlesticks.
Look at this. Look at these candlesticks. Yeah.
Yeah.
What the fuck is this shit? In Turkmenistan. What are they doing in Turkmenistan? And we don't
Look at these.
know.
Look at these. The street lights though are just like
Can we blow
the
that up?
building looks. Um,
Yes. Is the answer. There we
I
go.
think so.
Yeah.
Is that a little bit better?
Oh yeah, that's better. Dude, look at that shit. What is that? That's in Turkmenistan. If I need to say it again and again and again.
The street lights are so like so weird, like the bulbs and like
It looks
these
like
looks
little
kind of freaky.
alien people.
This right
What
here, it's kind of hard to see. It's like a half moon, I believe, on the top.
like what are they doing out there? And if it and we've been talking about Iraq, and Iraq is very close to Turkmenistan. Google it.
Yeah,
Just like
we
every
were in Iraq and we
country,
flew into here.
look at your maps and Google. You know, do your own research, please. But just like look at this. It's in the middle of fucking nowhere. And like
The
look,
city is?
I mean it's I don't even want to say the damn name of the country again because I think I Turkmenistan. Do you know where Turkmenistan is? No. Nobody does.
Nope.
Nobody does. But look at what's
Nobody does.
but look what's there. But look what's there is what I'm saying. There's more. We haven't even started yet.
Dude, Turkmenistan. So, like,
We haven't even started to cover like what's actually there though.
I've never even heard of the place.
Exactly. Weird, right?
Well, like, I don't. I'm sounding like a total noob right now. It's a country, city?
Yes, country.
It's a country.
Yes.
But, like,
Look at that.
what the hell is this thing for?
Hmm. Good fucking question.
That's a real photo because there's that there's like that type of vehicle down there that we saw, but they should probably just an aerial drone shot or something.
So
That's a real photo though.
you've never heard of Turkmenistan, right?
They use these. You see how this is like even like a shinier than a gold. Obviously, I don't know the material, but it's like the gleam to it makes it look like it's like this super bright gold. It looks almost like it's saturated or overly polished or like a not a real photo, but those colors are nuts.
I'll just let you pan through the photos and go ahead and
Yep, I know nothing about the place though.
look at it.
Turkmenistan, huh?
Look, what's that? What does that look like to you, Justin? Why would what's that for? In Turkmenistan, that a country for some reason we've never fucking heard of before. Excuse my language and excuse my expression.
I'm not trying to get on the weird like conspiracy like side or whatever, but like because it's almost like today's general conspiracy theories are all like coming true with like all the crazy shit we know about, but or some of them anyway. But like, what's with these towers and stuff? Are these like energy?
Yes.
I know they're not,
Yeah. No, they
but
are. No, they are.
they are
Nikola Tesla.
because I'm. Are we doing connections here or something weird or
Yes. Yes.
really?
Yes. Yes. 100%. Nikola Tesla knew all about it. How? You know, sometimes you got to be careful about what you say. I'm not afraid. You know, sometimes people get canceled over stupid shit. But yeah, I believe so. I believe so. Not that I'm not a truth speaker because I am a truth speaker, but yeah, we're just gonna be careful for now.
The buildings are like super grand, but it's like very weird. Like the gates and everything in this white building.
But why does it also look like kind of Greek? It's got that same like in like the gold. Even if it was built 100 years ago, you know
I don't
this.
know. Just by looking at it, the genre, the style of these lights are like
Okay, so
of
here,
its own.
yeah, here's the thing. Like some of this stuff could be built 2,000 years ago, or it could be built 100 years ago, and you wouldn't be able to tell the difference on some stuff. You know what I mean? You could say
For
it.
this, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like or like, and you'd be like, oh, okay. But like, if it is 2,000 years ago, but it could be old. You know what I mean? Like it could be older. It could be who built it, why they built it. What do you got here?
It's just a picture of the city, like of the area.
Can you
And then these
blow that out?
um a little bit.
Oh, that's just the city of. Yeah.
It's just the city with like yeah, and it looks like everybody's like little walking path area. They did with the
Yeah.
no, I suppose
So yeah, dude, look at that. What
dude, these ivories and like these antique whites and these
like?
blues they use. It's
Okay,
just insane.
I will say this one more time. Turkey.
Wait a second, what's with the unicorns? The flying horses?
They were make believe. Always have been make believe. We just
Hmm.
wish that we could have a horse. That's I don't know, man. What's the deal with the unicorns? What's the deal with the unicorns? Like, really?
Look at these like little structures, dude. It's crazy.
So, yeah. Why would they do all this? How did they do all this? I mean, this, mostly looking like modern structures. But for some reason, there's this country that nobody's ever heard of that has these beautiful, immaculate monuments and structures and things that are just like, what?
Yeah, they got some ARGB going on here, like with the lights and everything.
I mean, I guess, the Middle East is, intriguing, and we know they got some things going. But this is why
This
we,
is this is odd up here. It's like when you're overlooking like the like the Mississippi and you got the houses up on the cliff. Like there's a massive structure up here where like a house or something on the hill. I don't even know. But
yeah,
that's all I saw was mountains all around it. But whatever's going on up there, I know it's just probably just a building, but it's kind of
yeah, it's crazy. But look at this place, man. Turkmenistan. So, for those of you who don't know, Turkmenistan, it's a place on Earth that has some incredible, like, just, I think it's just fascinating just finding it and being like, What's going on there? I don't know yet. I have no idea. I
Huh.
like I don't know. Like I said, I'm never gonna pretend act like I. Some things I know, and I will talk about. Some things, if I don't, I'm just gonna. I don't know, but look,
Turkmenistan traveling tour guide.
here we go.
This was obviously once a bigger structure that broke down, broke away.
We got Justin, the traveling tour guide. Tell us about Turkmenistan, Justin. What can you tell us?
Yeah, it's pretty.
Look at that, dude. That's crazy. No, seriously, take us on. Like, is there a thing? I could do it. Just
Um,
ask.
yeah, I do have a back. Well,
Hold on. Should I ask Google? What would you tell someone who is visiting Turkmenistan? We're gonna put this Google AI thing to this. All right, I got it. When visiting Turkmenistan, it's a good idea to be prepared for a unique blend of history, culture, and strict but relatively safe environment. Get familiar with the requirements in which you be complex. This doesn't tell us anything. And it starts talking about ATMs. What a dumb fucking. Anyways, I thought that was gonna be cool, but it was dumb. My apologies. So yeah, Turkmenistan, kind of crazy, right?
it's
What do you think?
just present day Turkmenistan has been at the crossroads of civilizations for centuries, what we were reading about before, but it's just this little, well, not little, but extravagant area that they've decked out because of their reserves and everything. It
Yeah,
seems like,
right.
but with these statues though, it's like I don't know anything about it. Like obviously don't know anything about the way, but the buildings are badass though.
Yeah,
You know, like this right here too. It's
well,
like
it's
it's
just
crazy,
it's like, what are you? Why? What is this
right?
in the middle of nowhere? Like some nothing country. So like, I'm not no disrespect to Turkmenistanians, whatever y'all call yourselves. No disrespect, but we've never heard of you. You don't have a basketball team. You know, you don't have a. Maybe y'all got some soccer. Um,
I'm not trying to be weird, but you see that's probably just like a scuff on their lens right there in that photo shot.
yeah,
See that?
no,
It's just weird.
I don't know what you're talking
Turkmenistan. Yeah.
about. Turkmenistan. Like,
Turkmenistan.
what do they do? Like, what's Turkmenistan's like major export? Just like
Gas, natural gas,
natural gas.
I guess. I don't know.
I don't know. Like they doing something. Like they building some pretty cool fucking places. So I know that like it just doesn't just you know you need something
A landlocked country in Central Asia,
that
bordered by Kazakhstan and northeast.
that's just building these cool ass like
Ashgabat is the capital and largest city. It is one of the 6 independent Turkic states with a population over 7 million. Turkmenistan is the 35th most popular country in Asia and has the lowest population of the Central Asian republics while being one of the most sparsely populated nations on the Asian continent. Long served empires and
oh
cultures.
wait what do you
It's the oldest oasis,
what
oasis, oasis city in Central Asia and was once among the biggest city in the world. Huh.
oh okay
And then there it is again, important stop in the Silk Road. Oh,
Yeah, told you. Silk Road, motherfuckers. I got a good story about the Silk Road and Jesus actually. Yeshua. I'll tell one of these days. Not tonight, but I do have a that's a good teaser. I have a good story about that. Um that I've learned along the way. That's why, like I said, when we learn stuff, we're learning stuff. This is kind of like an educational fucking podcast. We're all learning stuff together. We don't know. Why would we want to like act like we know any goddamn thing? We have no fucking clue about anything.
Tonight we just dropped into those places just
Dude,
organically too, just like we didn't look up.
I
Yeah, we just went into them.
yeah, I hope that whoever rolled with us through this podcast tonight, thank you. I hope you had fun and I hope you enjoyed it because I enjoyed it. And we went on a roller coaster. We laughed, we cried, we had, you know what I mean? We fucking had a great time. And that's what it's all about. That's what the podcast is really all about. And if anything, I can get my boy Justin online for a couple hours a week and just hang out, and chop it up with my boy. You know what I mean, Justin? It means that much to me as well. Like just hanging out with you and fucking chatting and just doing our thing.
Yeah, man.
Dude. It's awesome. It's so much fun. And uh, I don't even know. It's just like you said, what are we gonna talk about? Let's just it's like football. Just kick it off and let's go. You know,
Yep.
let's just roll. And it's always a lot of fun, and we always have so many more. We always find more rabbit holes to go down. Like we just there's so much we can cover and so much we can go down, and it's good to have you to start digging those holes with me, or
Yeah, man.
at least looking in them. We're like this one, nope, this one,
Yep.
you know, and
Yeah, and if anybody wants us to go through like any like whatever else too, like look at some stuff and give our take on it too, and you know what I mean, like you can drop it in the comments.
yeah, let us know whatever you want us to talk about because I have a ton of stuff left. Justin's is gonna be on vacation next week, so just to let everybody know, next week, um, we'll see
We're
what.
doing Canadia,
Yeah, Justin's gonna be in Canada,
up in
so
Canadia.
we're probably not gonna have a pod. I guess we'll see. It's possible. I guess we wouldn't say it's impossible, right?
Are you gonna run it solo?
I mean, I'm just saying
You might.
if you yeah, I'm not gonna count it. Yeah, I might run a solo. We'll see. We'll see. So if you want the great Justin to all his knowledge of like where should we go next in the world of crazy things that we are trying to discover, what should it be? Let us know if you want us to talk about it, and also we we're here for you. Our people that are always dealing with you know any kind of mental health. We're advocates for that, and we love you guys, and we appreciate all the support that we get for the show. And yeah, it's been a lot of fun. I've had it's been a good show, man. I think this is one of
Yeah,
our.
man, it was good.
It's kind of all over the place, but I think, but a damn good show. I think.
Yeah, thanks for hanging out, peeps.
Ah,
uh,
that's what I'm talking about, ladies and gentlemen. That's Justin Webb. I am Cy Hansen. Thank you for hanging out. This has been Misunderstood.